Just this week, an audit released found that in your 2010 campaign, incomplete records were kept for hundreds of thousands of dollars in contributions. You've said that what they found is unacceptable. You know this is going to come up during this campaign. How do you plan to account for it as the person whose name was at the top of the ticket?
Well, I think the first and foremost thing to point out, Kojo, and that is there was no malfeasance that was involved. And what they basically said in the audit was that there were bookkeeping inadequacies, there were bookkeeping errors that were made. I've run 4 campaigns, 2004, 2006, and then 2014, which was the election campaign, and we've never had a problem with any of the, of those campaigns. Obviously, you go back and look first at the person who was the campaign manager for 2010, because that's that person's responsibility to oversee the bookkeeping, if you will. But it's not as if there's money missing or anyone took any money or anything like that. It's just a matter of now being able to account for all the money that was spent. And I think if you go back and read the audit, we're talking about, in one case $12,000, another case, relative to the amount of money that was raised, it was minimal. On the other hand, you want it to be perfect, especially with something like that. I want it to be perfect.
Well, they talked about $141,000 in unreported receipts. Is that something that you have to reconcile yourself?
Well, I think that's been reconciled. If you go back and look, we were given an opportunity. The people who were involved in that, it wasn't me because I had nothing to do with the management of the finances. But if you go back and look, there was a report that was given a month or 60 days after the initial one that I think resolved those issues, Kojo. So there isn't a lot outstanding from that at this stage. But as I said before, I would want it to be as perfect as we possibly could make it. And we've got, an attorney who's experienced with campaign finance, who's working on this on our behalf, and it will continue until it's resolved.